Thermostat. I don't know if I mentioned that to you last time, but it's a hand sanitizer that's particularly slippery.
Oh, okay.
And you can buy this from Amazon.com in a much bigger
Thing.
so that you don't go through it so fast. And then probably I give you some of these. You just keep this with you in school, or whatever, so you have smaller
Okay.
containers. I have the little containers because they let me on airplanes with this.
Oh, yeah.
It's less than 3 ounces. So just put something on there. That'll just help you slide into the silicone better. And obviously you've done blue. Make sure there's some in there too. Just gonna go into the hole. There we go. Zip that up. So that's kind of how that's gonna fit. Now, the alignment and lengths and everything we'll have to kind of confirm, but these are what my best first guess was before I put it on you. It's pretty good so far. I can tighten it up a little bit, but it doesn't need to be any tighter than it needs to be because you're still growing too, and I don't want you growing out of it any faster than you need to.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to try putting it on without the zipper too, without opening the zipper, just so I can see if the zipper is needed. If it is not needed, then it just is basically a more complicated fabrication, and you don't need it, you don't need it. So once you stand up, I'm going to get a sense of that length and size. Just let your arm down by your side. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. If you want to see what that looks like, you can come to the mirror.
Yeah, go look in the mirror, Lace.
Getting away here.
It looks, that's
It's
just,
about the right length. And I don't know what you feel about the weight, but that's not going to get any lighter. It'll get slightly heavier because, well, this stuff is going into the picture as well, up on your forearm. And it'll be all underneath. If you remember, it'll all be underneath silicone in a pouch, but it'll make your arm obviously bulky up in that area because it all has to get in there. So it's the battery and the controller. All right, you can come on back over here this way. And just because everybody wants to see something over and everything, I'll just kind of connect it and run it for you so we can kind of see how it operates. But this will actually be me running it until I connect you.
Is it where you thought it'd be?
So you won't be doing any of this stuff. This will all be all plugged in and up in a housing up here. One of the things I wanted to see whether there was room to put anything down in the hand space, but there's not really.
Okay.
I don't think we want the fingers out any further than they're already at because the length looks good. So therefore, there's no space for any of these items to be in between your hand and the fingers.
okay.
Which is no problem. It's more common than not that all the stuff goes in the forearm anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, in most cases, people have less room than she has.
What do you think so far,
Does
Lace?
it feel
Awesome.
weird, heavy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Are you in love yet?
Is it really heavy or?
No.
No, it's actually pretty darn light, if I say so. I'm wearing it, but this is quite light by standards of powered systems. In fact, there's an electric hand over there. I can show you what that's an older style electric hand, which is substantially heavier.
Could we just, for comparison, hold it up next to the
Sure.
cool hand?
I'm sorry. I finished plugging.
Yeah, that's just,
Plugging stuff here.
wow.
So all these little wires are the motors. So we're plugging in all the motor leads. So that. Oh, yeah. That plugged. So this little box you'll see on the surface of the arm. It'll be flush with the surface of the arm, but it'll be sitting somewhere up here because that's your charge port and the on-off switch. So when I turn this on, the fingers will all straighten, because that's what it does every time it gets powered up. Just leave that on your lap and try not to move stuff around. Now I'm just going to run it by pushing on these little buttons. So what it just did there did that by itself. So initially it's going to power up, open all the way, and then go to this relaxed hand position, so that it kind of looks relaxed like your other hand looks there, right? And then I can make it
Wow.
That's so
open and
cool.
close,
Oh, man.
and take the thumb and put it over here so that it's going to come in around the other fingers like a fist. Or we can open it and open it all the way. And then give it a close signal, and now the fingers are not coming in like a fist, they're coming in. I'm going to get them to line up, but those fingers will come together. Things like that.
That's so
So
cool.
there's all these different ways that you'll operate your muscles. The same way I'm pushing on these. So these are taking the place of the electrodes that'll go up here. So these are responding to pressure. It's going to respond to the electrical activity from the muscles when I hook up to that. So to get back to the open, to the I don't know if you can feel it, something's vibrating down there. So there'll be a little vibrator down in the system somewhere, so that you'll know when it's received the commands that you're trying to do.
Oh, okay.
So the commands that you're trying to do are going to allow it to go into different grip patterns. And I haven't actually memorized them entirely. Okay, but we just switch back to, because the first thing it does is this power grip.
Right.
And then we can go into that index point one. And we can go into just those two fingers. So I'm doing that all by how I contract my muscles, or in this case the little transducer. So basically what we did there, I gave it a command to shut these fingers off and just run those two fingers. And there's several different things. If you don't move, I just don't want that falling off because it'll pull my wires. I'll show you the little map that'll tell that I'm going to give you, so you know when you start working with this, it'll tell you how to get to all the different features. But that's all the different patterns it would do.
Oh, wow.
Holy
So-
smokes.
You know, when we did that hold open, when it vibrated, that's when you go to here. So that's what we're going to call it the central position of the hand, and everything else happens in this tree from that position. So if you open it up all the way and it vibrates, and then you don't do anything, so no signal, it'll go into that relaxed hand position. And then from that, when you open and close, you'll be in this one, the full one with the grip, with the thumb coming around.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, this is the same picture as for the full hand. And the full hand, in other words, if it wasn't a partial hand, if it had a full hand, the thumb motor would rotate the thumb from side to side. We don't have that in the partial hand, so really these two are the same in your case, because it's the only thing it's doing is rotating the thumb to get over here. So you can ignore, we can cross that one out. It's the same as what you're doing up here, because you're going to move the thumb like with your hand or push it against your body or whatever, and then you get into this. You do have this one, you just move it by yourself instead of the motor moving it. From anywhere that you're in this whole map, if you just do it hold open, you'll go back to here. So that's kind of what we're calling it, the central state. So if you hold open, once it vibrates, if you give it a closed signal and hold the closed signal, you go this way. And then you're getting into the pinch like this. And if you do a double open, so two quick open signals, and we'll do this and I'll show you on screen, and we'll just spend one more time doing that. But if two open signals, you would go either here or here. So it would be here if you did it with the hand open and you gave it two open signals, it would be like this. Mm-hmm. If you do it with the hand closed and you give it two open signals, these guys will stay closed, and then it'll just still be like this, so whichever way you want to go. And you go back, hold open, come back up here, and if you continue to hold open after it already vibrated, you'll go here, and then you're into just the index finger.
So you can pick your
Do
nose.
that.
I was going to say the same thing it didn't.
If you go hold open and it vibrates and you do the double open again, that's the trigger. see how it says trigger, 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 trigger? The trigger is gonna be one of three things. It's either the whole double peak, or a co-contraction, or a triple peak. But I'll explain that to you once we get into that. So if you do it, the double works really well for most people. So it's just two quick open signals again. If you're already here, you'd go to here, and then that would be the hand open like this, and then just the index finger going. So this one's the hand closed, and it's just the index finger. This one's the hand open, just the index finger. And then if you do it, the trigger again, it goes into what they call a cup holder grip. So the little finger will come in like this, and then the rest of the fingers open and close, but the little finger stays parked there. So if you had, let's say that's a good cup. This is my cup. So if you're holding it, that becomes a stop for the cup, and that way you can kind of put it in there, and even if you loosen it a little bit, it still doesn't drop out.
Wow.
So those are all the grip patterns, and I don't expect you to remember any of them right now because we just started, but I just kind of wanted to give you a sense of where this is going as we move forward. And like I said, I just got this yesterday afternoon, so I haven't actually hooked up, but I could hook it to this Android tablet, and then we can see your muscle signals and make changes and everything from there. They'll communicate via Bluetooth. All right, so right now, that all looks fine. I'm gonna put a couple of dots on your arms so we know where the socket ends. Back here, so that when I'm looking for electrodes, I know electrode sites, I know that they're gonna be in the socket. About there. There. How's it feel now that you've had it on for a little while?
Awesome.
Much to say about it? Okay. So we're gonna
Is it does it feel like your forearm is uncomfortable in
turn you on.
the sleeve, or?
It shouldn't feel like anything. I was just asking to take you whatever. Let's try and slide it off without taking the zipper off. So you got some suction in there, which is good. I don't know how more. Let me know if anything hurts. Okay, I think you're probably gonna get in and out without the zipper, so we'll see that after I put it on you. The next thing, last time, right, with the electrodes, we're gonna look again, just kind of see where some good electrode sites are, and then I'll put electrodes in the socket, and then I'll have everything hooked up, and then you can operate everything. So these same kind of electrodes will be on the inside of the socket when it's finished. These particular ones won't be in there, so we get brand new ones. Did I talk to you about color one time? That this can be different colors, that the hand is going to be black, because it is black. But the silicone portion can be either flesh colored or whatever other color you might like it to be.
You want it black, don't you?
No, you can, whatever
Whatever.
you want. You're the one wearing it.
So the part, I'll show you the good thing. So the part that's on it's easiest if the back, the part that all the hand shell and the fingers would all be the black, and this would be the carbon fiber, looking similar to what it already looks like if we're finished. The silicone part, this stuff that's kind of whitish clear, is the part that it can be whatever color, more or less, that you want it to be. It's custom pigmented, so it's hard to make really bright colors, but like a kind of a matte finish of any color you want, blue, red.
Pretty much that blue on that Band-Aid box.
Yeah, it could be like that. Pretty much, yeah.
That's your decision.
That's your
isn't it?
decision.
I mean, yeah, but just remember, you're gonna be living with it for a few years, so don't get too, I mean, my recommendation would be don't get too crazy. I mean, have fun with it if you want, or not, but you don't want it to be something that you're gonna be tired of in 6 months or 3 months or something like that. All right, so that guy is number 1 channel, and number number 2 channel. And I got them both set on ear 5, close enough. So I'm going to put that straight down from there. Straight down from there, marked. And we can do a extend. Okay, that's pretty good. Now what we want to see is one versus the other. So play around with how you move your hand, and yeah, you can rotate or move in. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect for that one, and that's should be good for the other one too. Let me see what you're doing here. So try and do this one. That'd be the one that goes out this way. All right. Okay, relax. Do the other one. In one. All right. Pretty good right where we're at, but let me just feel around and see if I feel anything different. So once you kind of bring your wrist in, I don't know if you have any sense of like bringing your thumb in or bringing anything, you know, whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be as big a motion. I just need to get a spot on your arm that's really controllable.
Can you move your thumb?
Not
Okay,
doing
yeah.
much. Extend your thumb. Just your thumb. Just relax and just do your thumb. Okay, relax. Do it again. Let me see what that's saying. What's what? Is that just the thumb?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, relax. Let me see if that's really just the thumb. I don't think that was not the thumb. In other words, not this electrode. You might have been doing your thumb, but it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, so this one is channel 1. I don't know if we lost track of which one was which here. So when you're doing thumb or extending your wrist, we're going to want to see the channel 1 go up and the other one stay down more or less. So try and you see recruit more of the other side. So don't do it that way. Do the whole wrist up that way. Or you could even kind of rotate. Yeah, that's still going the other way. Stick with the straight up. Yep. Okay. So that's fine. Do it again. Okay. And then do the in one. Yeah, that one you're killing, but I probably have it turned up higher too. Yeah, still one is turned up higher. All right. So I'm gonna go and grab my little screwdriver so that I can make them so that they're not out of balance. Put them both on 5. Now I forget which one's which again. Okay, so this is channel 1. Channel 2. Alright, so do the wrist up again. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, now do the wrist down. Okay, that's good too. Wrist up again. Okay. Now you can play with that and see if how how you rotate or move your wrist or rotate your forearm. Can you rotate your forearm? Can you turn it up and down a little bit without moving your elbow? Yeah, you got a lot of that. Okay, good. So you're tending to get a bigger signal over here when you're turning down. I don't know if you turn down, it'll give a little bit of wrist, but yeah, whatever you're doing to make that happen. Look, that one's. So this one's going to open, straighten the fingers, and the other side's going to close the fingers. Okay, so do the close the fingers again, inside. Okay, relax. Do the open one again. Okay, can you put it up to about 20 and keep it there?